So welcome back everyone, my name is Echo and I hope you're having an absolutely fantastic day. We are less than 1 week away from 1.18 officially being released. So today in this Minecraft video, I want to give you a little bit of guidance heading into the final few days. Things that you should be doing, things that you need to remember when this new update is releasing. But we're actually going to start off on a sad note because I'm starting off today's video on version 1.17.41 because what I'm sharing with you to start off with cannot be done in 1.18. Who remembers the Infinite Seed for Minecraft Pocket Edition, the Bedrock version? I brought you this video a year ago. The most broken seed ever, Infinite Ravine and Diamond's Loop. It's not possible in next week's update. So what I advise you to do is create this seed, just pure and simply for memories. If you want the seed, I'm going to show you how to create it. And I know some of you actually went ahead and created your own world using that seed, but it's RIP broken seed because it's going to be gone. Some bit sad times. But if you want the seed, I am going to share it with you in this video. Seed is pretty simple. It is 16693200484. That is the seed. Let's load it up. The iconic infinite seed will be gone next week. It's actually a pretty good starter seed. You always seem to spawn on this tree though. You got a starter chest there, and you actually got a village right at spawn, which is why a lot of people like this seed. But what we need to find, what I need to show you, isn't actually at spawn. We need to go to specific coordinates, and we're typing /TP at P. And we're going to this specific location. Here it is in all its glorious form. So if you do want to use this world, and you do want this to progress into 1.18, what I recommend doing is just creating the seed and loading in as many chunks as you wish. This was super iconic because you're probably not going to get this kind of thing happening again. And for as far as the eye can see, heading in this direction, it will always be ravine. They have fixed the game coding, so this is not possible anymore. Now, every so often, even in the latest versions of Minecraft, there is a few, like, bugs and duplicated terrain issues, such as, like, the same type of trees generating the exact same time and same way. But we will probably never get another seed like this, which is a sad day. A very, very sad day. So, again, it doesn't stop here. You've probably seen this video, if not from me, maybe from another YouTuber. It just keeps going and going. But now that I've loaded in those chunks, like, I could take this into 1.18. Obviously, the bedrock below would be removed, and we'd have the new cave generation as well. So this could still be a really good progressive seed if you wanted it to go through into the next update. But the first thing I have for you today is to tell you it's a sad day for the infinite broken seed. In case you don't believe me, I'm on the latest beta now. We're just gonna run the same seed. Now, this is not just the broken seed. Seeds in general have completely changed. Villager locations have changed. Biome locations have changed. Terrain has changed. So this is kind of like a new era for Minecraft. So let's go to play. Let's go to new. Let's create brand new. Put it in creative for the sake of this. I'm not even going to turn on... In fact, I will turn on the experiments because some of these, of course, are going to take effect in the update. But even if I have these experiments off, the seed is completely different from beforehand as well. So I'm curious as the starter point from this. But let's go to seed, which is 16693200484. One more time, 166932048.4. Let's create it. We don't start on a tree anymore. We don't have a village anymore. We've seemed to have gained an ice bike biome, which, I mean, I'm not complaining. I kind of like this, a pretty good start, but the village that was right here, it's no longer here. In fact, I need to do /game rule. We need to show coordinates and have that as true, just so I can see them. So the spawn position was like 44 on the other one. It was spawned a little bit further over there. But the aim in 1.18 is to have spawns closer to 0, 64, 0, etc. But again, we're not wanting to be in this area. Let's go to where we need to be. And we need to type in /TP @P and go here. I mean, I'm not going to complain. I came to this location and we actually have some incredible terrain. I mean, like, maybe this is what they wanted to do to replace the infiniteness. But, like, obviously going in this direction, it should be infinite. But having it replaced, going all the way to 192 blocks high suspended in the sky, literally on the clouds, I mean, I'm not going to complain too much. But I did have the Caves and Cliffs experiments enabled. But it'll be interesting to see how this looks upon official release. So I thought I was cool because we were just literally right there. We're now 207 blocks in the sky. But it gets better a little bit further on. So the infinite broken seed is not broken. It's actually really, really good. I'm now getting this at 232 blocks suspended in the sky. So I think it's a pretty good trade. Losing the infinite seed for these insane heights is a pretty good trade in my opinion. Regardless, the infinite seed was going to be taken away, but at least we've got this. So the next reminder I want to tell you about is your older worlds, because this is probably one of the first updates in a very long time that makes past created worlds blend very, very well. As you know, I have my Minecraft Underground series. If I was to tap on this, it pops up with this menu, world update. This update makes your world higher and deeper. It adds more blocks and caves under your current world, so there's more to explore underground. By default, make a backup copy of your world is ticked. Make sure it's ticked, okay? Although we're going into 1.18, and although it's been tested a lot, there's always bugs and issues with full releases. So my advice and tip to you is to make sure you make backups of your world. If you don't do it this way, there is also an alternative way to back up your world, and that is via exporting your worlds. And I highly recommend doing this rather than doing the in-game way. Just my personal preference. So as you know, this is my Underground Survival Series world, obviously built to stay underground in Minecraft. And you know that I was building projects like really, really low. In some cases, low as 7. In some cases, lower than level 7. And what I'm talking about is that this world was created in 1.14, but it is very well blended into 1.17 and going into 1.18. And let me show you an example. So one of my biggest fears with my gold farm is the fact that underneath that this going down to like 5 and 4 and further to like 3s and 2s would be bedrock, making it harder and harder for me to build this, especially my little chamber over here, which is linked to redstone. Obviously, this being the deep slate block was previously bedrock. So now I can expand even more, and that's something important to remember. But again, I don't want to contradict myself because there's something that you shouldn't be doing in this next update. But what I do want to do is take the time to locate a new biome or a new cave generation that is under my previously generated chunks. It's kind of crazy. Obviously, this is the cave system I'm currently going into, and I've already found the likes of gold ore. Pretty cool, but I'm actually not after ore. I want to see the cave generation. And there we have it. That is new terrain created from an old seed. And check that out. I've even found diamonds. I've even managed to find myself a couple of diamonds. So the good thing is, though, anything that you've built down below that you were worried about being too low because of bedrock obviously has now been replaced. And yep, I'm going to use the ice blocks to get over here. I need to see how much diamond we got here. Let's get rid of this real quick. And 1, 2. I mean, I like these blocks pure and simply for decoration purposes. There's one down there as well, but I managed to also find more diamonds over there. And the generation just keeps going. So it is important to remember it's been updated. There's a bug with invisible lava here. FYI, you've probably seen it in my previous video, so be very, very careful. That's why it's important to back up your worlds. There's bugs like that will probably still be in 1.18. So, yeah, like, super impressed the fact that I can be in my old worlds, but still enjoy the new update altogether. But I do want to say one thing about exploring, because although this is all fun and games, I highly recommend not doing it just yet, especially not this week. What I'm doing right now is flying. Stop flying. For the sake of 1 week, less than 1 week in Minecraft, stop flying around. Because if you want to have the cool generation that I showed you earlier on in that broken seed, the high-rise mountains, the insane-looking terrain, then you need to stop flying around. Feel free to go and explore inside the nether. Feel free to go and explore your previously generated chunks, which is what I'm doing right now. But stop going to new terrain. Stop trying to find new things. We've got a couple of days to wait. It will be so worth waiting when you still have the clash of your old terrain, which is this. But you'll also have the new stuff too. So I've been pretty smart here. Over there is kind of like, going past there is kind of like terrain that I'm pretty much refusing to load too much of. I like the terrain over there because it's hilly terrain. I've explored all in that area. I've probably got a map on me at some point that's showing you, as you guys can see, I've explored way past the first map. I probably explored like 20, 30 different maps. But I always have that one direction that I refuse to go and explore in because I knew in 1.18 it would blend very, very well. So if you haven't already and you've only just clicked on this video, stop loading new chunks, okay? Even this guy said stop loading new chunks. Yeah, I know you. You said stop loading new chunks. So honestly, it's probably my best advice in today's video. If you haven't already, stop loading those new chunks and just deal with the chunks you have already for a couple more days. This right here is Silky Smooth. Silky Smooth is going to be your best friend in the next Minecraft update. Now, since you probably got a world like me already, very well established, you probably got everything already, you might not actively use the likes of Silk Touch. But Silk Touch is going to be your friend in this next update. Now, unfortunately, we didn't get bundles. So for anybody creating a brand new world who does not have shulkers, Silk Touch is going to be your friend even more. Let me explain why. So I know you know, because I know already, that in the latest updates, when you harvest the likes of gold, you end up getting the raw version. Now, the raw version can drop, I think it's anywhere between 2 and 5 or something along those versions. So the reason why Silk Touch is really good is because, again, obviously you already know about this. It means you're not going to have to you're not going to have to fortune these and have these filling up your inventory. If you're using Silk Touch, obviously you're able to take the likes of your gold and stuff with you. But one of the changes we know is to do with some copper. So I'm just trying to find it for you. And the main reason why is because copper, even without fortune, will actually drop 2 to 5 copper. Obviously, that is going to be a lot of copper, especially if you find a huge chunk like this, because as you know, in the latest update, copper spawns in bigger veins, so does iron, occasionally so does gold as well. So fortune will just save your inventory space for the simple fact that you can get a few stacks of this. And I'm going to grab this. We're going to find out how much we have, and then I'm going to head home, and I'm actually going to fortune it, just to see the comparison of how much space we'll actually be able to save. So I'm just going to grab a couple more of these. You can see actually how big these veins are. I think they can spawn up to 30, if not more. We even got to find some more diamonds. Diamonds do seem to be common in this next update, though. But we managed to find 28 deep slate copper ore. Let's go and fortune it. Okay, so let's get these placed down. I think we said we had 28. Let's hit this once. So we fortuned that once, and it gave... Wait, that gave me 20? 20 raw from that? Okay, well, I need to see how much we get from all this. I got a feeling my inventory is going to completely fill up here, but let's double check. Yeah, okay. We'll have to throw away a couple of items and just see how much would take up inventory space. And this is why it's important. A lot for copper. Let's just throw a bunch of these away. Probably shouldn't be throwing away my shulkers. Let's throw a bunch of ice away. Let's see how much we actually have. So we managed to get 3 stacks, nearly 4 stacks of raw copper, and that is only from 28 deep slate copper. And that is why Silk Touch is so much more helpful in this next update. Plus, you'll be able to silk touch the gold, the diamond, the iron, the redstone, etc. and do all the same thing. And if you're an established Minecraft player, you're likely going to have the shulker boxes, right? So you can stash all that stuff in spare shulkers. Do I have one? I got the pack dice and stuff. Let's say we wanted to put it all in here. We could just be like, put it all in here, obviously in the ore form. So for new players, you really want to be getting silk touch before you want to get fortune. Fortune's really good to get diamonds off the start, but honestly, I think I value silk touch a little bit more in Minecraft. That's my advice. And this is one for people who like to build in creative. This is already a fully established Minecraft world, which when you're all the way down here and you're looking up, you know they're pretty big buildings. Of course you do. So the reminder here is that you can build even higher. I mean, if you were crazy enough to do something like this in survival, then props to you. But yeah, you could go a lot higher now. So this is the tallest building in this city, which goes to 255. Previously, 256 was the highest in Minecraft. We're already well above the clouds. But obviously now, anyone who likes to build in creative, you can go so much higher. We can go to 320. And that is huge for Minecraft as a game. So it's going to be really cool to see creative builds and projects be extended. Whoever created this world, which I think is called the Republic Centium, shout out to people who created this, they can now extend their projects even higher. Like, these buildings are high, but why not double them in size? So yeah, friendly reminder that your building height limit as well as your negative height limit has been increased. So I am going to contradict myself a little bit here, but if you are willing to go, let's say, for example, what I'm doing right now is 10,000 by 10,000. Past that, I won't go past there. I'm just imagining some invisible barrier. So one thing I want to mention is that in the next update, the amethyst geodes will typically generate a lot lower. So finding these in oceans is going to be a lot harder. That's what people have been doing, including myself, in 1.17, is using oceans to find them because they always seem to be sticking out of oceans. Let's see if we can find there's another one right there. We found another one. I'm trying to find them all in the same radius. So if you are willing to expand your world a little bit on the loaded chunks, get yourself an amethyst geode. I don't think it's a must-have, but if you want to locate one that's really easy to find, oceans are your best bet. Apart from that, you can still find them underground and things like that. But check this out, by the way. Shipwreck, amethyst geode, guardian temple, amethyst geode, and a ruin portal, and then a mushroom island. So if you did manage to make it to the end of today's video, as I get a kiss from this Moo Bloom, let me know in the comments section. I just want to help you out as much as possible heading into these final days, and they're the things that I'm typically doing. Don't worry, this is a backup copy world of my underground survival, and I'm kind of curious. I'm at like 10,000 blocks. I've never been here, so I'm super curious as to how this would look in 1.18 when I update my world officially, unless it will already look like this. But yeah, have a great day, stay beautiful. If you have any more tips, advice, tricks on things that people should be doing in 1.18, leave them in the comments section. I'll see you on the next video. Goodbye.